Superman was called into the stars on a secret mission. An alien told him there was a traitor in the Marvel heroes, Hawkeye. Blinded by evidence, Superman struck in fury and killed him. But when the truth surfaced, Hawkeye was innocent. The real villain was the alien who had fooled them all. The call in space. Superman was used to saving Earth. He was used to hearing cries for help echo across the skies. But this was different. The call didn't come from Earth. It came from beyond. High above the clouds, beyond the pull of the planet, a shadow waited. A ship, so huge it looked like a floating city, rested in orbit. Its surface shimmered with lights, each window glowing like a star, each tower rising like mountains built on steel. Superman hovered in silence, staring at the beast of a machine. He had fought alien armies before, but never had he been invited like this. This wasn't a battle cry. It was a summons. With a deep breath, he pierced the void, slipping through the cold silence of space until he stood before the colossal hangar doors. They opened slowly, as if the ship itself was breathing him in. Inside, the walls pulsed with energy, metal that wasn't really metal, veins of light running like bloodstreams across the interior. The silence was suffocating. And then a figure appeared. It was tall, draped in armor that looked carved from starlight. Its face was sharp, almost human, but its eyes glowed like burning suns. This was no ordinary alien. This was one of the most infamous beings from the Marvel Universe, an ancient enemy of Earth, a manipulator, a schemer. The alien smiled, voice echoing unnaturally. "Superman, you came. Good. I have something you need to hear." Superman's eyes narrowed. His fists clenched slightly, but he held his ground. "Why call me? Why not speak to the Avengers? Why me?" The alien's grin widened. "Because your heart is pure, and your rage is dangerous. You will listen. They will not." Superman stayed silent, his cape drifting weightless in the void. The alien stepped forward, holding a device that flickered with holograms. Images exploded in the air, secret meetings, transmissions, codes sent to the enemy. A face appeared in every clip. A face Superman knew. "Hawkeye," the alien whispered like poison. "One of your own is betraying you. Hawkeye has been feeding secrets to us. He sends your strategies. He weakens your defenses. He is the reason our armies know every move before you make it." Superman's jaw tightened. His eyes flickered red for a split second. "Lies." The alien pressed a button. More evidence poured out. Hawkeye's voice, Hawkeye's signals, Hawkeye's face caught handing over documents. It was undeniable. It was brutal. "Why show me this?" Superman asked, though his chest was already burning. The alien leaned closer, his tone sharp. "Because Earth must remain divided. If the others know, chaos will follow. But you can end it quietly. Remove the traitor. Save your team." The ship's silence thickened. Superman's heartbeat thundered in his ears. He wanted to deny it. He wanted to scream that Hawkeye was loyal, that Clint Barton had fought wars beside them. But the evidence, the evidence was crushing. And Superman, for all his strength, carried one weakness, his belief in proof. He turned away, cape whipping behind him. He didn't say another word. He didn't need to. His fists were already trembling with fury. The alien smiled. The trap was set. Moments later, Earth's blue curve filled Superman's vision. He plummeted like a meteor through the atmosphere, fire trailing his body. He landed in silence, the ground cracking beneath his boots. Hawkeye was there, practicing in solitude. Arrows flew into targets, sharp and precise. Clint didn't even notice until Superman's shadow covered him. "Clark," Hawkeye asked, lowering his bow. "You look different. What's going on?" Superman's eyes blazed with restrained fire. His voice was colder than space. "You betrayed us." The archer froze. What are you talking about?" "You gave them secrets. You sold us out." "What?" "No. Superman, listen to me." But Superman didn't want words. He wanted justice. With speed no human could follow, he grabbed Hawkeye by the chest, lifting him like a rag doll. Hawkeye struggled, shouting, "It's not true. You've been lied to." But rage drowned reason. Superman's punch shattered the silence. Hawkeye collapsed, broken, gasping for air. One last look of disbelief crossed his face. Superman stood above him, fists trembling. He didn't see an innocent man. He saw a traitor. And in one final, furious blow, Superman ended it. The world would never see Hawkeye again. Superman didn't leave the body. He didn't leave evidence. He took Hawkeye with him, vanishing into the shadows. Hours passed. The world kept spinning. But for the Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, and Hulk, the absence was a storm. Where is Hawkeye? Tony's voice crackled inside the suit, scanners searching. Jarvis can't track him. Not even a heartbeat. Thor's hammer hummed, lightning swirling. And where is the Kryptonian? His light is gone from the skies. This reeks of treachery. Hulk slammed his fists, growling like thunder. Superman hiding. Why? No one had answers. Only silence. Only suspicion. Far away, in a secret location only Superman knew, Hawkeye's lifeless form lay in darkness. And Superman, standing above him, stared into the void with burning eyes. He thought he had saved his team. He thought he had protected Earth. But somewhere in the vastness of space, the alien laughed, because the first move of his plan had worked perfectly. Rage of a god. The world didn't know yet. Citizens of Earth still went about their day, scrolling through their phones, living their lives. But above them, in secret, a storm was brewing. The Avengers had noticed the silence. Two of their strongest links were missing, Superman and Hawkeye. And when both disappear at the same time, it's never a coincidence. Tony Stark was the first to sound the alarm. His AI lit up red with missing signals. No trace of Barton. And Superman, he's blocking every frequency. That means he doesn't want to be found. Thor tightened his grip on Mjolnir, his golden armor gleaming under the clouds. I warned of this. No man should carry such power unchecked. Not even him. Hulk growled low, pacing like a caged beast. Something wrong. Feels wrong. But none of them knew the truth. Superman, meanwhile, stood alone in the shadows of a secret hideout deep beneath the earth. The body of Hawkeye lay on a stone table, silent, lifeless. The image replayed in Superman's mind again and again. The alien's warning, the evidence, the fight, the final blow. He wanted to believe he had done the right thing. He had to believe it. If Hawkeye was truly guilty, then his actions were justice. But doubt slithered through his mind like poison. What if, he whispered to himself, what if I was wrong? The thought was unbearable, but he crushed it with anger. No, the alien had shown him proof. The alien had no reason to lie. Hawkeye had betrayed them, or so he convinced himself. Above ground, the search grew desperate. Iron Man activated satellite drones, scouring the globe. His frustration boiled over. This doesn't add up. Clint doesn't vanish. He's too stubborn. And Superman doesn't hide. Unless... Thor's eyes narrowed, lightning flickering across his shoulders. Unless Superman has turned on us. The words hit like a hammer. Iron Man paused. Are you saying? I am saying we prepare for war. Thor interrupted. His voice shook with thunder. If he has struck against Barton, he may strike against us next. Hulk's roar answered before Iron Man could. The green giant pounded the ground, dust rising in waves. He didn't need words. His rage spoke clear. He was ready. Somewhere across the stars, the alien smiled. Every second of suspicion was fuel. Every doubt, every whisper, every angry glance between heroes. It was all part of the plan. He didn't need to fight them directly. He only needed them to fight each other. Divide. Distract. Conquer. And soon, while Earth's mightiest heroes tore themselves apart, he would take what he came for. The secret science hidden in Earth's vaults. The weapon that could turn a single alien into a god. Night fell. And with it, fate drew the heroes closer to truth, or to destruction. Iron Man's scanners finally picked up something unusual. A surge of Kryptonian energy in an abandoned underground facility. He zoomed into the air, broadcasting to Thor and Hulk. I've got him. Coordinates locked. He's not running anymore. The Thunder God answered with a crack of lightning. Hulk simply roared and leapt into the sky. Together, they headed toward the shadow where Superman hid. And inside that shadow, Clark Kent stood tall, his cape torn, his eyes glowing red. He already knew they were coming. His super hearing caught their voices miles away, carried on the wind. His jaw tightened. His heart burned. "They don't understand," he muttered, staring down at Hawkeye's body. "I did this to protect them. Why can't they see that?" But anger drowned reason. If they wanted a fight, he would give them one. Minutes later, the earth shook as Iron Man blasted into the hidden base, his repulsors glowing like suns. Thor landed with thunder, Mjolnir sparking with fury. Hulk crashed down, smashing through walls like paper. And in the center of it all, Superman stood in silence. His eyes glowed, his fists clenched, his shadow stretched like a god of war. "Where's Hawkeye?" Iron Man demanded, voice sharp, heart racing inside the armor. Superman didn't answer. He only stepped forward. "Clark." Thor's voice cracked like lightning. "Do not force this. Tell us where he is." Still silence. Until Hulk growled, "He did it. He killed Barton." Superman's rage erupted. Heat vision lit the dark, slicing across the room. Iron Man barely dodged, alarm screaming in his suit. Thor raised his hammer, deflecting the blast, sparks exploding like fireworks. Hulk roared and charged, the ground trembling. The war had begun. Heroes in chaos. The base exploded with sound. Hulk's roar shook the walls. Thor's hammer rang with thunder, and Iron Man's repulsors lit the darkness like suns. And in the middle, Superman stood, unflinching, his cape whipping through the storm of dust and sparks. This was no training session, no friendly spar. This was rage against rage. Iron Man fired first, two blazing beams of energy cutting across the room. Superman blurred forward, faster than light, his fist smashing through the beams and slamming Tony into the wall. Sparks rained as Iron Man's armor screamed in protest. Thor came next, Mjolnir swinging with the force of a star. Superman caught the hammer mid-swing, the shockwave blowing debris into the sky above. The two gods locked eyes, lightning against heat vision. "Where's Barton?" Thor growled. Superman's voice was colder than steel. "Gone." Thor's fury erupted, thunder cracking so loud the earth trembled. He shoved Superman back, lightning exploding from his hammer and wrapping Clark in blinding light. But Superman didn't fall. He walked through it, his eyes burning red, until the ground beneath them cracked like glass. Then Hulk crashed in. The Green Giant tackled Superman with the force of an earthquake, both of them smashing through steel walls, tearing the facility apart piece by piece. Hulk's fists came down like meteors, but Superman caught every blow, their roars echoing like beasts of war. Iron Man shot back into the fight, systems flaring, blasting missiles into the chaos. Superman spun at superspeed, his cape deflecting the explosions like a shield. Smoke covered everything, a battlefield cloud of dust and fire. In the chaos, doubt began to spread. Iron Man's voice cracked through the comms, strained and angry. "This isn't Superman. Not the one I know. Look at him. He's hiding something." Thor's answer was heavy with grief. "If Barton has fallen, and this man hides him, then we face a murderer." Hulk didn't speak. Hulk didn't need to. His fist spoke enough. Superman's rage only grew. "You think I'm the enemy?" he shouted, his voice shaking the entire base. "I protected you. I removed the traitor before he destroyed us all." Iron Man's heart sank at the word. Traitor. Clint Barton? Hawkeye. The man who always fought in the shadows, who never left a team behind. No, something was off. But in battle, there's no time to doubt. Only time to survive. Thor swung Mjolnir again, smashing Superman into the ground. Hulk leapt from above, fists raised to end it in one strike. But Superman unleashed his heat vision in a circle, blasting all three heroes back at once, flames scorching the ruins. The ground split. The sky cracked. The earth itself seemed to groan under the clash of titans. For a moment, silence fell. Iron Man's armor hissed, damaged. Thor's hammer dimmed, his chest heaving. Hulk growled low, smoke rising from his fists. And Superman, standing tall among the ruins, looked less like a savior and more like a fallen god. "This is your choice, then," Thor whispered, almost in sorrow. "To stand against us?" Superman's eyes softened for a second. Just a second. He wanted to explain. to tell them about the alien, about the evidence, about the betrayal. But the image of Hawkeye's broken body flashed in his mind, and guilt turned to anger. "They'll never understand," he muttered. "They'll never believe me." And with a roar, he shot into the sky, breaking through the clouds, vanishing into the night. The heroes stood in the ruins, battered and silent. Iron Man's voice was heavy inside the suit. "Clint's gone. Superman's gone. And we just fought one of the strongest beings in the universe with no answers." Thor's jaw tightened. If he truly killed Barton, then his soul is already lost. Hulk only slammed his fist into the rubble, the sound echoing like a funeral drum. None of them knew the truth. None of them saw the strings. Far above, watching from his ship, the alien smirked. His plan was perfect. The heroes were breaking. Suspicion had become war. And soon, Earth would be too weak to stop him. The invasion had only just begun. Clash of Titans. The night sky split apart. Superman shot upward, a streak of fire across the clouds. But he wasn't running. He was raging. Every heartbeat pounded with guilt. Every breath drowned in anger. The image of Hawkeye's lifeless body haunted him. But instead of clarity, it fueled his fury. Below, Iron Man, Thor, and Hulk regrouped, battered but unbroken. They knew this wasn't over. "Clark won't stop," Tony muttered inside his cracked helmet. "He thinks he's right. That makes him more dangerous than any villain we've faced." Thor's eyes glowed, storm clouds swirling above him. "Then we must bring him back, or bring him down." Hulk cracked his knuckles, smoke rising from his fists. Hulk smashed Kryptonian. High above, Superman hovered in silence, scanning the world beneath. His super hearing caught every whisper, people laughing, crying, living. And all he could think was, "I killed one of them. One of the good ones." Then his hearing sharpened further. A sound from space. A voice, faint but clear. The alien. "You see, Superman, they do not trust you. Even now, they plan to strike again. You did what was necessary, but they will never forgive you. Soon, they will all turn." The alien's words slithered into his mind, twisting his guilt into rage. And Superman's fists clenched tighter. When the three heroes finally found him again, it was not on Earth. It was in the skies above it. Superman waiting in orbit, staring down at the planet like a god about to pass judgment. Iron Man hovered into position first, boosters roaring, scanning every inch of Clark's body. "Listen to me, Kent. We can fix this. Just tell us what happened." Thor floated beside him, hammer humming with lightning. "Tell us where Barton lies. Give us the truth." Superman's eyes glowed red, brighter than ever. The truth is you're too blind to see it. He betrayed us. I stopped him before he doomed the team." Hulk launched himself upward, fist swinging. "Liar." The clash ignited instantly. Iron Man fired every weapon he had, missiles exploding like fireworks in the vacuum. Superman sliced through them with heat vision, then smashed Tony backward, sending him spinning into the atmosphere. Thor charged next, swinging Mjolnir with a roar. Superman met him head-on, their collision ringing like a planet-shattering. Lightning wrapped around Clark, but he pushed through it, punching Thor so hard the God of Thunder was hurled into the void. And then Hulk struck, grabbing Superman mid-flight, dragging him down through the upper atmosphere, both of them crashing like meteors. The Earth trembled with the impact. The battlefield had shifted from space back to the ground, a crater smoking where they landed. Iron Man crawled from the rubble, armor sparking. Thor rose, hammer blazing with renewed fury. Together, they surrounded Superman, who stood in the crater's heart, cape torn, chest heaving, eyes wild. This wasn't just a fight anymore. It was survival. But then, everything froze. A shadow swallowed the sky. The alien's ship descended through the clouds, larger than mountains, blotting out the moon. Its lights burned like fire. Its weapons hummed with power. The ground shook as waves of smaller alien crafts poured out, darkening the heavens. The heroes turned, stunned. Iron Man's voice cracked. "Oh no, this was never about Hawkeye." Thor's grip on his hammer tightened. "The fool tricked us, divided us." Superman's eyes widened, realization striking like lightning. "No, he played me." The alien's voice thundered from the mothership, booming across Earth. While you fought each other, I prepared my invasion. While you spilled innocent blood, I opened the gates. And now your world will fall. Thousands of alien soldiers rained down, their armor glowing, weapons humming. The real war had just begun. The final twist. The sky burned. Alien ships filled the heavens, blotting out the stars. Earth's greatest heroes, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, stood together, bruised, broken, but ready. Superman hovered above them, torn between guilt and fury. For the first time, he realized the truth. Hawkeye had never betrayed them. The alien had lied, and Superman had killed his friend with his own hands. The weight crushed him like kryptonite. His chest tightened. His fist shook. How could I have been so blind? But the invasion left no time for grief. Clark, Iron Man, shouted over the roar of engines. If you want redemption, this is it. Fight with us. Thor raised Mjolnir, lightning crawling over the sky. Stand with your brothers, Kryptonian. Prove your heart still beats for Earth. Hulk only roared, pounding his chest, eyes blazing with rage. Not at Superman anymore, but at the alien horde above. Superman's eyes flickered red, but this time not with rage, with resolve. For Hawkeye, he whispered. Then he shot upward, a blazing comet of vengeance. The alien commander emerged at the head of the swarm, cloaked in armor that glowed like suns. His voice echoed across the battlefield. You are too late. Your world is mine. Your trust is shattered. Your unity is broken. Superman crashed into him with a roar, fists colliding with the alien's chest like thunder. The two titans clashed in midair, shockwaves tearing the clouds apart. Iron Man and Thor tore through the swarm together, repulsors and lightning-shredding ships. Hulk leapt from craft to craft, ripping them apart with his bare hands, roaring like a beast unleashed. And in the center of it all, Superman fought like a man possessed. Every strike was fueled by regret. Every punch was an apology to Hawkeye. Every blast of heat vision screamed, "Forgive me." The alien mocked him with every blow. You killed your own ally. You proved humanity cannot trust gods. Superman's eyes blazed brighter than ever. I am not a god. I am their shield. With a final scream, he drove the alien into the earth, smashing him into the crater below. Energy exploded, fire and smoke filling the battlefield. When the dust cleared, the alien lay broken, his armies retreating in chaos. Silence fell at last. The Avengers stood together, battered but alive. Superman hovered above the ruins, chest heaving, cape torn to shreds. Iron Man's voice was low, almost gentle. Hawkeye's name will be remembered. What you did can't be undone. But tonight, you saved billions. Thor lowered his hammer, nodding solemnly. Even the strongest can be deceived. What matters is what they choose after. Hulk simply looked at Superman, then growled one word. Friend. Superman closed his eyes, the weight of guilt still heavy. Hawkeye was gone. That truth would never leave him. But in the ashes of betrayal, he had found clarity. The alien had tried to divide them. Instead, he reminded them why they must stand as one. Superman looked to the sky, his voice barely a whisper. For you, Hawkeye, I'll never fail again. And with that, the heroes walked from the ruins together, bruised, scarred, but united. Earth had survived the lie.